in one of our favorite documentaries, My Big Break by Tony Sierra, someone was interviewed and says that, most people in LA get their big break. They either aren't ready for it or they don't realize it when it happens. Can you look back on a time when something was presented to you and it seemed pretty minuscule at the time and it was actually life-changing?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I think I'd like to imagine that's still maybe ahead of me, in a lot of ways. Like, not to say that, of course, like the opportunities I've had have been like incredible, but I still feel like I've been gladly, and if the rest of my career goes like this, I'd be happy, like working kind of under the radar for a bit. I've kind of always had to try to find my own way to get these films made. It's always come together in some really sort of strange, untraditional way after like 3 years of people telling me no. Like, both my movies have been that path. And so I feel like I've had to find it and build it for myself, which I've been happy to. But I haven't had like an accidental thing yet. I haven't had that sort of like where I made something I didn't think people were going to see and a ton of people saw it. It hasn't really been that yet. But maybe it has and I just don't realize it. I think my first film maybe is an indication of that. Like, it didn't get into Sundance, it didn't get into South by Southwest, it didn't get into Tribeca, it didn't get into, any of the major US festivals, and it felt like it was going to totally disappear. It kind of felt like I made this thing, I'm proud of it, I feel like it's good, I feel like I can stand by it, but like no one is gonna play it anywhere. And then we got an opportunity to screen at Cine Vegas, which doesn't exist anymore, but at the time was notable, enough to get the movie on the radar. And then the movie ended up getting 2 Spirit Award nominations. So it ended up building to something, So I think, as opposed to maybe something being like a snapping point or like a big break or like this big opportunity, it's just happening. I think it's happening very slowly, and I'm working really hard for it. And I hope that, like I said, if I keep on making movies the same way I've been making them, and I keep on falling under the radar, like I'm fine with that. To me, I just want to make movies. I don't want to, as long as each film I feel like lends itself the opportunity to get to make the next one. So that's what I'm hoping for. I don't know if I'll ever be like a big break like that. But I mean, getting into Sundance is, and I think in a weird way, maybe not getting to Sundance was like, it gave me a lot of perspective, a lot of appreciation for when I did get to play there. If it had been my first time, I think I would have been thrilled, but I think it would have I wouldn't have understood how hard it can really be to get to play a movie there, and a lot of people I know, just because you've played one movie there doesn't mean your next one's necessarily going to play there, and the other way around. So there's no guarantee, and I think I went in with that appreciation and sort of said, okay, hey, I felt really lucky, I felt like I didn't feel like I paid my dues with my first movie and got an opportunity to now, but I just felt like I got a chance to screen it there, and this particular movie appealed to them in a specific way, and that's great. And whether I ever hopefully get a chance to play another movie there, but if not, I did have that one experience, which I always wanted. So.